What's up, everybody? Welcome back to another edition of For Dummies. Tonight, I have the full cast of For Dummies, and that is to say, Mrs. Skullface.
Hello.
Robert Detoff.
Hello.
Bringing it back. And Just One.
Do my taxes.
So tonight, what we're talking about are the Legends culture and the problems with the collecting Legends and the pros, because I think there are a significant amount of pros. So Robert Detoff, that is a Legends expert, self-proclaimed. And then we have...
You just proclaimed it.
And we have Just One, who doesn't know much about the Legends game. Me, who only knows via Robert sending me stuff to review. And then I
got a crash course about 20 minutes before the show.
Correct.
The only Legends that I know are stories of my life. That's it.
And Marvel.
So
no, it's a Marvel Legend. That's true.
So let's talk about the companies making Legends, right? So we have DX9, we have Magic Square, we have Unique Toys, and they all scale together, right?
Yes, they all scale. Yes.
Do they don't scale with the old Hasbro style Legend?
No.
Okay.
DX9 is New Age, so the word is on the street. DX9 Dutch scales perfectly with New Age Prowl, okay, according to the stupid Sunbow chart. But the problem is the Prowl doesn't scale well at all with Magic Square. If you didn't look at the Sunbow chart, you would think that the Dutch scales perfectly with the Magic Square G1 Toon Accurate Legends. So, okay, but whatever. You were going through the companies. Go through the finish.
Okay, so then there's Iron Factory, which does pretty much an IDW design Legends.
Yeah, that's what I was thinking of.
Class figure. And then we have New Age, which seems to be on the smaller side, although, like you said, does fit if you're looking at the Sunbow chart. But the problem is that therefore it doesn't quite fit with the rest of the third-party companies offering a Legends class figure.
If you've got one of these primes, and like I know they just released that Prowl and that Bumblebee, are they to scale or are they all the same height?
No, they are their own scale. See, Bumblebee, if you just have him on your shelf, he looks beautiful with the Magic Square stuff, and DX9 Dutch, but it's the other stuff coming out from New Age. It's pure Sunbow, and you realize then that Dutch is actually too small. You wouldn't notice it if this wasn't pointed out. If Prowl wasn't so small, you would never realize Dutch is too small.
So does that frustrate you as a Legends collector that this stuff isn't scaling the same way your Masterpiece is?
No, because Prowl is so small. Magic Square, they have their own scale, and because of the size, the proportions look better on the New Age figures. So they're coming out with their own G1 stuff. So I'm fine with the Magic Square. I'm not going to get two sets of G1 Legends.
So what do these third-party Legends run?
30
they're getting expensive.
Yeah, $30 to $60 generally.
Or 70. Yeah, I mean they're really getting very.
And they're what,
they're
like
2 to 3
5
inches?
to 6 inches? Not even
2 to 5 inches.
Ouch!
But they're mini masterpieces now.
It's average size.
Yeah, the quality has gone up. Like they
but
become intricate. They're painted a lot. Like the Iron Factory stuff is pretty much all painted.
There's still no way they should be costing $60 or $70.
I don't know.
I agree. I don't think that they should be either.
Okay, the Megatron.
That turned into a tank, though, right? Not a gun.
Correct.
It turned into 60 things.
That's not entirely accurate. So it turns into one tank and it has optional swap out barrels.
All right. So how much was Megatron?
60 or something. 60 or
so 59.
But let me tell you something.
Like
that Megatron
67.
is a contender for being figure of the year for me.
Really?
But, but even a figure of the year, do you still think it's worth? You said 60 to 70. Let's call it 65.
Okay.
You think that thing's worth $65?
So here's the thing: is what are we paying for? We're not paying for materials. We're paying for engineering and we're paying for parts count. I think that the parts count and the engineering is on par with anything that you're getting at $100.
Yeah, I agree. Definitely. I mean, especially what Iron Factory does. They kind of, I feel like they have a guilty conscience, so they give you accessories. You know, this Megatron, you can turn him into G1 Megatron. He can be IDW Megatron. He can be the Origins Megatron. He can be, he can be 4 Megatrons, I think.
Yeah.
And you say you're swapping out chest pieces and stuff for that?
And
see, then that's fair. That justifies the price. You're getting more stuff with it.
Exactly.
Yeah, but not for me.
Yeah.
It just stresses me out. I've got too many pieces.
Yeah, but the problem is the problem is with IDW Megatron is that he's had so many renditions. This one purchase covers every IDW rendition of Megatron except
if
for
you're getting 4 figures in one, essentially.
Yes, except for the Stealth Bomber. So whatever Megatron you want, you have it, with the exception of one.
That's fair. So that, to me, the price then is justified in that one.
I agree.
But like, what about that Prime? That's Dutch, right? That was the Prime. How much was that?
Like 45, I believe.
All right,
that's fair.
That's fair. Yeah, that's fair. I agree.
And the New Age B is like 25. So depending on size, it changes.
Right.
All right, yeah, then I'm not mad at any of that.
I think that Iron Factory is a superior Legends product compared to most of them. So the fact that Iron Factory tends to be a bit more expensive, you get what you pay for.
There is another side to all this. There are some companies we haven't mentioned that are like the dirt bags. Ironically, KO collectors go for the dirt bags, but you got companies like Wei Jiang. They'll take MP10 years after MP10's released and sold and done with, and they upsized it, made some tweaks, added paint, and sold it, under a different name, different packaging.
Well, and the fact that they upside it's different classification, so it's not even competing with the original one.
But hold on, though. So what happens now is Iron Factory does the Seekers, which are glorious. And DX9 did the Seekers, which for a G1 aesthetic, I love them. You've got these dirt bags, Hot Soldiers, Mech Fans Toys. There's a few others, but they're all the same company, the same dirt bags. So they actively knocked off the Iron Factory Seekers, the DX9 Dinobots, which are wonderful, the DX9 Dinobots. Their transformation's annoying, but that's not why I bought it.
Okay, I see your point there.
Right, yeah.
So they actively, they're like hot knockoffs. Like right while the Dinobots are coming out, the Seekers are coming out, Mech Fans Toys, Hot Soldiers, whatnot, they knock them off while they're coming out. Like you'll have new Legends collectors. They'll be on Facebook like, oh, look at this. These new Dinobots. Oh my God, these are amazing. What company is this? Yeah. And it's like you don't even realize that those are DX9 Dinobots that are knockoffs. You think this company made them in the first place. Yeah,
that's shady.
And you're stealing. You're not like, oh, that's my property. That's the property I created 2 years ago. Hey, you owe me a licensing fee. It's like they literally just stole that. Now they're making the money that this company should be making. It's their stock that's not selling because you stole the mold. And a lot of the dirt bags are justifying it by saying, well, I was never really happy with the DX9 scale, and this is slightly upscaled. It's upscaled. They upscale it slightly. They did it with Galvatron, with Cyclonus, with the Dinobots. I don't know about the Seekers. I think they're straight copies, but if they're upscaled, they upscale them, quote unquote, to large Legends. And then but they sell them cheaper. Somebody's buying the knockoff because it's $5 cheaper, and then saying they wanted that on purpose because it's a little bigger.
Yeah, I hear you there.
There's going to be some people with torches coming at you with the comments now because of all this, because they are.
Look, they killed us the last 2 weeks for the Fans Toys thing.
I got to read that. They are a vocal. They are a vocal minority. The KO collectors. They come out with their pitchforks and torches. They don't like being judged. They want to collect what they want to collect. Well, it's your money. Spend it how you want.
Correct. And if you're happy, I'm happy. But if we're looking at this in a hierarchy, we are talking about kind of a bottom feeder mentality, right?
Yeah. Like you're buying $3 Mach 3 razor blades that the crackhead just stole from Dwayne Reed.
Do you find that there is more complaining and negativity in the Legends community because they're cheaper?
No.
Okay,
no,
that's interesting. I don't see a whole lot of complaints when I'm looking at quarter scale statues.
Well, right, and I know, or even
I'm in
the
some
Hot Toys community.
Yeah, well, so I see a little bit more in the Hot Toys community. So if we judge that, when I look at the quarter scale groups that I'm in and something gets posted, somebody will be like, man, great such and such, such and such, such and such, but this and this is just not for me. I think I'm going to wait for the next one.
Right.
It's never, but it's never like, oh, Prime One with their bull. It's never that, and I think there is something about that, that makes it alluring to me.
People aren't spending $100+, and I feel like maybe it's also expectations. They never called themselves a masterpiece, so you're calling yourself a masterpiece, or you're saying it's masterpiece styled. I expect a masterpiece, and if you don't give me a masterpiece, even if you're Takara, I'm gonna say something because it's not masterful.
I'll tell you, if I could do it all over again, I would never get Chug IDW stuff. I would have gone for the Iron Factory IDW stuff.
Teenies.
Yep.
What would you do with them?
You still can.
I don't know.
Yeah, you can do anything with them. They can go anywhere. They're like chiclets.
Yeah. But I'd had to swap out so much stuff.
I feel like they're so little. You can't see them.
You can.
If you're holding it, you can see it.
Looks so small.
I would have. Let's give a hierarchy. I think that'll be interesting. We're not counting Papa Toys or Mech Fans Toys or any of that stuff.
I'm going to go start from the beginning. I think overall, if I had to list companies from best to worst, it's my understanding that Iron Factory is number 1. Magic Square is in line to be either number 2 or 3 with with DX9, and then Unique Toys would be number 4.
And then New Age at number 5.
Yeah. I don't know anything about the New Age, so that's fair to put them at number 5.
Laura, do you want to place these at all?
Nope.
Sure
don't.
I would give Iron Factory number 1, DX9 number 2. I would give Magic Square number 3, Unique Toys number 4, and New Age number 5. And I think that Magic Square and DX9 are competing like in a cutthroat manner for that number 2 spot. But I think that all of them are a far cry from what Iron Factory is doing.
Would you like the correct answer?
100%.
Magic Square, DX9, Iron Factory, Unique Toys, New Age.
Really?
But
you put Iron Factory at number 3?
it's just because of aesthetic. See, that's the thing. Iron Factory is on the same level as Magic Square to me. So Iron Factory is 1, Magic Square is 1.
Right,
in terms of my own aesthetic preference, I prefer the G1. But if you like the comic IDW stuff, then
but in terms of
Iron
quality,
Factory.
do you think Magic Square is better than Iron Factory?
Yes,
I do not.
I know you don't.
But you
Tight
called
tolerance.
Robert the expert, so
I'm starting to doubt his expertise.
It's okay. It wouldn't be the first. It wouldn't be the first time you did. See, I have no stress marks on any of my Magic Square figures. On the Mirage you got, there's a stress mark on a C-clip. Like my Iron Factory stuff can stress. It's too tight. The tolerances have problems. And I have a problem with that.
Yeah, no, there's a tolerance issue with Iron Factory. I agree.
There's a tolerance issue with Bobby Skullface. Momo.
The new Momo, the original
yeah.
Momo.
Michael Jackson Momo and then regular Momo.
oh my god,
This video's getting flagged for sure now. Porcupine Quills as a mustache.
Bailey J.
Kombucha.
It's kombucha.
With the mother. Prime with a wig on.
Dung beetle.
I want to see the Michael Jackson's Moonwalker when he turns into that ship or that big metal robot thing at the end.
Dude, that was hard.
Mufasa.
Oh, you're really getting flagged.